Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me at Life Creates Art. I am Shelley, and I wanted to bring you a Valentine's Day video that is going to be amazing. This is a craft, but not really a craft. It is a treasured gift that you can create for your loved one, for your family, for your friend. It is going to be amazing. It's going to be on a canvas, multimedia, treasured gift that you can create. So before we get started with this, though, I wanted to give you just a couple of minutes background on Valentine's Day. Why do we celebrate Valentine's Day? People think that this is something that was created by, Hallmark cards and all of that, but it has a long history and a long background. So it's really shrouded in mystery where it came from, though. It actually started with a pagan holiday, though, but it was surrounded with celebrating the god of agriculture, Phanes, and it was the fertility festival of Lupercalia. I wanted to say that right, Lupercalia. And so it was a festival that was being held. And then many believe around 270 AD, the Christians wanted to impart their view on this festival and turn it into sort of a Christian holiday. And so they started celebrating St. Valentine's Day. Now, we don't really know who St. Valentine's Day was, because there are about 3 people that they attribute to St. Valentine's Day, and we don't quite know which one it was. There are 3 stories of 3 St. Valentine's Day. Don't quite know which one it was. 3 separate stories. There's one, though, that people believe that where the Valentine's Day, your Valentine came from, but it is really just a myth. This Saint Valentine was locked in jail, and he fell in love with the jailer's daughter, and he was writing her letters, and he would always sign it, "Your Valentine." However, that is something that has just been passed down and passed down. We don't really know whether it's true or not. It wasn't until much later, actually, that Valentine's Day was associated with love. So we then go to England and France around the 1400s, and they started attributing Valentine's Day, February 14th, with the season that the birds started mating. And so they would celebrate that. And then we see a poem that was created by an English artist, an English poet in 1375. And he actually attributed Valentine's Day not only to birds coming together, but to humans actually coming together at that time. And as far back as the Middle Ages, we see Valentine's Day greetings being exchanged. However, it wasn't until the mid 1800s until we see then a real pickup in cards and actual gifts and tokens of affections being exchanged with love on that day. And of course, that goes on from there. So Valentine's Day, it goes way, way back. Like I said, shrouded in mystery. But I wanted to give you that little bit of history. Let's get started now with our multimedia gift. Because it means so much, I wanted to give you this because, Valentine's Day is not just for people who have someone to love. Valentine's Day can be for anyone who loves. And I wanted you to understand. Now, I have some things here that I wanted to show you. So let's get started. And I want to really, really go over the fact that you don't just have to have a certain someone to celebrate Valentine's Day. And it can be for your family. And this one I'm going to do for our family. Let's get started. So I'm very excited about what we're going to be doing tonight because like I said, this is kind of a treasure that your loved one can keep. We have here a 16 by 20 canvas. Now you could do it this way, horizontal or vertical. I have gone ahead and painted it a solid black because that is the color scheme that I have chosen. And then I went ahead and I put some paints down, and I just used my little scraper here, and I just scraped the paints along the canvas. Again, this is just something I did very, very quickly, and it kind of goes along with the color schemes that I have chosen, and I'm going to show you those in just a moment. The reason that I have chosen this to do is, again, I believe Valentine's Day, I remember that Office episode where there were two parties on Valentine's Day. There was one little office section of the office where they had torn up cupids and all of that because they didn't have anyone to love. And then there was this other one where they had couples. Well, I don't believe Valentine's Day is just for couples. I believe Valentine's Day is a day that we can take to show love to those that we love. So even if you don't have someone special, take that day to show that extra sort of love to someone that you love and adore, even if it's not a significant other, just maybe a family member or a neighbor. Just take that extra day to show your love towards them. Now, I am going to do this board. I have made a little photocopies. I've gathered photos of my family, and I have many more. I've included everyone in my family, and I've cut them all out. I just did this on my computer and just printed it on my black and white printer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to Mod Podge these along with some paper that I'm going to show you here now. And I'm going to sort of make a collage. I've got some gold leaf that I bought. I have some stickers that I bought. I got these little fancy things, and I got these stickers this is where I got my color scheme from, actually. It's got a lot of things that it says. Now, I knew I wanted to do this thing for my family. Now, of course, I have a wonderful and amazing husband that I can do something special for, but I wanted to show you that it's not just about doing something for that loved one. Of course, you can do something for your loved one, but for those of you that don't have that significant other, I wanted to show you what you can do as a family gift. So these stickers I got, of course, at Michael's. It says "Be Joyful" and "True Story" and "You and Me," and I love that face and "Lucky" and all of these things, but I love the colors. So the black and white and the pink and the greens and the orange and this sort of blue. But what I started with were the reds. I started with the reds. Of course, you want a little red in your Valentines, right? And then I moved on to sort of the red and black. Wanted it to be a little masculine. And then I wanted to add some pinks. So I came in with some pinks. Now, this is how you sort of sit, and you have to sort of sit with a color scheme for a little while. I got all of these at Michael's, and you just have to kind of mix and match. Now, sometimes colors can go together that you think don't go. And again, I got them from these stickers right here. So I held this up with my red and my pinks, and I thought, oh my goodness, this will all work together so well. And so then I got this really, really beautiful rose paper that I can also throw in there in little bits. And then I got some vellum paper, sort of see-through vellum. And I'm going to Mod Podge all of this on there. And this kind of vellum paper. I mean, it's all just going to look so beautiful. And then I bought some tissue paper on Amazon that I also, in all these different colors, the light blue. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So the light blue with the red and the pink and the black, it's all going to work together. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how this is done. It's almost like scrapbooking, but it's going to be on a canvas. And I'm just going to lay this out. I even cut out of my paper already. I cut out little hearts, and you just open them up, and I'm going to glue these on there, and then I'm going to write little special messages on there so that they have something on the canvas that they can open up and read a little message. I made different shapes, little hearts and little squares. So I'm just going to have fun with this, and I encourage you to just enjoy this process. But this can be a treasure that you can create for your loved one or your loved ones that they can keep. Now, 16 by 20, I just want you to know, a 16 by 20 frame at Michael's is something that they also have the raw frame for. So you can buy a raw frame at Michael's and paint it whatever color you want. And then they have the little hooks that you can hook it onto your canvas, and you can have this as a framed gift to your loved ones. And it's just really beautiful. So let's get started with this. And I'm going to show you how you can do this really quickly. And then I'm going to go ahead and just let you watch the video and kind of see how I do it and what I'm doing with mine, because I'm going to be placing some of this paper underneath my photographs, kind of like scrapbooking, and some of the tissue I'm going to be putting under my photographs. I'm going to be crumpling things, all kinds of ideas, but I'm not necessarily going to let this be an hour video and let you sit there and just watch it. But you get the idea, and it's just going to be so much fun. So create something that your loved one can treasure. And again, doesn't have to be that special someone. It can be any special someone. So let Valentine's Day just be a day that can remind anyone in your life that you love them. Okay? So let's get started. All right, so we're getting started. Now, I wanted to just show you that you're going to need some Mod Podge for this. You're going to need a brush and some water and just a rag, tissue, paper towels nearby. So we've got our canvas, and what I am going to start doing right now is just kind of having some fun. What I'd like to do first is I'm going to lay down some vellum. You just lay it on the back. You put your Mod Podge down first. I sort of have an idea of where I wanted my pictures, and that's a good idea to do, is lay out your pictures first, get an idea of where you want them, and then, then you'll know where to put them. Oh, this vellum is not really Mod Podging well. Kind of sticking up, but that's okay. You want to know why that's okay? Because this just makes it kind of 3D art. But what I know now is that I can't lay a picture on the vellum, which is totally fine. I like it this way. So I'm going to add something here underneath it. What can I do? Kind of use this. I'm going to use this opportunity to kind of make this sort of a 3D art piece here. Use my heart, my vellum, and let that dry a little bit. See, you have to consider that everything is opportunity. Now you can either take that off if you'd like, or you can see it as opportunity. I'm going to see it as opportunity. Opportunity to make my piece a little more 3D looking. But now I've learned that vellum does not Mod Podge well. That vellum. So maybe I'll use a little bit of my red tissue also. So this is just all part of it. Just experimenting and seeing what you come up with. I'm going to do a picture after this also. And then I'm going to just let you enjoy the music. See how tissue lays down really nicely? And you can still see that pretty art through it, that painting that I did. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lay my picture down because I really wanted the picture of my kids right here. That's where that's going to be, me and my kids. So first I'm going to put it on the back, and then I'm just going to Mod Podge right over the top, and this will dry clear. Okay. So that's the first step. And again, this is just the first step, and this is going to dry clear. Get that a little more glued down. I'll probably figure out something else to do with this. But enjoy the music as I begin to create and build my Valentine's Day gift for my family. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching that. I certainly enjoyed creating this. It's just such a beautiful gift to my family. And of course, as you were watching, I've got my husband and my children and my grandchildren and, daughter-in-laws, but I call them daughter-in-loves. But anything that is created by your hands is extra special. So I can just imagine this with a nice, beautiful frame around it. And of course, it's not quite dry yet, so my stickers aren't sticking quite as well as I'd like, but it needs to take some time to dry. And I am going to write inside of these little special messages. And then I'm going to go get a 16 by 20 frame, and I'm going to paint that frame, and I haven't decided what color. I might actually do it in a red or maybe even this blue color. I'm not quite sure, but this is going to be a very nice family Valentine's gift for my family. And it's just going to be wonderful. It was really fun to make. And again, I just went to Michael's and picked out some paper and some stickers. I photocopied some photographs of my family. I got some Mod Podge with some paintbrush, and then I just painted a canvas and I started cutting and gluing, and it was really, really fun to create something that is a one-of-a-kind thing that you can give to your family. You don't have to do it on a 16 by 20. Of course, you can do something smaller. So have a great time. And remember, Valentine's Day isn't just for lovers. It is to show your love. And just take that one day. And people argue and say, why do I have to do it on just that one day? I love every day. Well, wonderful. So take this extra special day. Maybe take this extra special day to remind you of someone that you haven't shown love to in a long time. Maybe there's someone that needs that love. So let it remind you of loving and giving. Sometimes we need these days to remind us of loving and giving and thoughtfulness, to sort of shake it up in us a little bit. So here we go. Giving something extra special. And this is Shelley with Life Creates Art. I hope you've enjoyed this. And I certainly love you. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye.